side. All right, so once again, working from our top side control in our crucifix lockdown position, right? And we were talking before, this is one of those things, it's pretty easy to hold somebody down here. But it's, and there's a lot of submissions we can do from right here, but most of them are going to be done according to what he's doing against us, right? If he's putting his arm right here, that's telling me to do something like this. If he's grabbing onto me, that's telling me to attack onto the arm. If his leg is, or his arm's escaping down right here, it's telling me if his other arm's escaping down, it's telling me to take his back, right? Kind of according to how he's trying to move around and how he's trying to escape. So this one today we're going to be working on when he gets his underhook right here, right? So he gets his underhook all the way up, and even if he lifts as hard as he can, go ahead, take my back. All right, if we have our knees done properly, take my back, right? So he's moving, he's moving, he's moving. He shouldn't quite be able to get there. You know what I mean? Just because we have control of his arm right there. Are we going to let him go all the way to there? No. But if we have our good solid lockdown here, it shouldn't be a problem with him chasing it. So we're going to concentrate on keeping our legs, his near arm locked down with our legs while we take position for the far arm. So we're getting our crucifix right here. He gets his underhook. I'm just going to reach up right here, put my thumb inside. Right, however far I have to sit up, because like I said, if I'm right here and he tries to sit up towards me, I have good control right there. Now I'm going to drive this arm into the ground right here for the first one we're doing today. I'm just going to press it right next to his body. So I'm right here, he gets his underhook. I'm sitting up and taking it, and I'm driving it down to the ground. So it's posted right here. Just flat down right here. He can try and move it if he wants. You can have pretty good control of it. And it's even better if I can tuck it slightly behind his back, because now if he's going to be trying to turn his leg towards it and grab his leg and stuff, because that's where his safety or out's going to be here. I don't want that. I want to keep it posted to the ground and kind of down, so if his leg's trying to get there, he can't get a hold of it. All right. My other arm, of course, I'm going to reach underneath, and I'm just going to take and feed, so I'm pulling it up and feeding and putting my hand on top of my other hand, pulling that hand out. So I now have this hand down all the way on the wrist. All right, from here I'm posting my hand on the floor by the hip right here, going chest to chest, stepping that leg up, turning him towards me, bringing his head up, and then tucking his arm behind, just for our one-handed Kimura, right? It's an easy place to take it because we have both of our hands to trap that hand. And we have good control of him because we have this near arm controlled. So right here, he starts getting his underhook. I'm putting it to the ground. I'm reaching underneath, switching my hands, posting, chest to chest, stepping my leg up and rolling up, and then breaking it just like I'm trying to bring it so it would be right on the back of his head. So one-handed Kimura from top crucifix side control. Grab a partner, go! I think everybody here is familiar with this one. All right, so find ourselves back in the same position. Maybe this time we couldn't get the hand, or he's grabbing our belt or something, you know, whatever the case is. This time, instead of grabbing right here, I'm going to reach up and put my hand inside. Or actually, I'm going to take and reach up and put my elbow inside. Instead of going right here, I'm going to take and put my elbow inside, right to here, and I'm moving to this position right here. All right, so finding myself right here, he gets the underhook, and I'm moving myself to this position. So if he wants to move anywhere, he's in a pretty bad spot right here. He's stuck. It's I could do this and put the point of my elbow in if I want, but that's kind of a jerk move. So I'm keeping a hook right here, and I'm bringing my forearm across. The bottom sharp part of my forearm is right there, and I'm pulling down. It's pretty tight, right? There's a pressure on the side of him right here that's keeping him flat. This hook is keeping him from rolling to his back, and my forearm is keeping him from rolling towards me. So he's stuck right here, and I have this arm stuck. Now, this is where the fancy footwork happens, right? I'm going to take and leave my right leg where it is on there, and I'm going to step my other foot all the way over and my knee to the ground. So I end up in this pinched position where I'm sitting on his head and I have his arm still trapped on the far side and the bridge between my toe and my knee. All right, from here I'm taking my other arm, reaching in. He's probably going to be, if he's smart, he's going to be grabbing onto something at this point. His belt, his hand, his knee, many different things right here, right? So I'm going to take and switch my hands. Right through here, there will be a hole. Even if he's holding on tight, his elbows down and everything, I'm still going to have room to switch myself over, bring it up to my body. My hand goes here. My hand goes here, and of course I have 0 thumbs. No. Yes. No. Yes. There's a lot of reasons for it. We'll go into it at a later date. All right, a lot of ways to get the arm out right here. My favorite one of the things you got to think is, where doesn't he want his hand to go? Behind his back. So he's established a grip in a place and in a manner that its strength is keeping us from going to his back. So we're not going to try and go to his back. That's not how we're going to break the grip. He's defending the finish, not necessarily every grip break. Does that make sense? So we're going to do a different grip break and then go to our finish. So instead of going one way, we're going to go the opposite of that. How's that? I'm pulling it away from him over here. You'll find most of the grips he has right here is going to pop right up. The problem is he's pretty strong and he's going to go, ah! They get real strong when their arm's about to come off, right? So he's going to try and latch right back on there. So my job is when I do this to pull it away, pull it up, and back down. So even if he's moving back towards where he's going, by the time it gets there, it's going to be too late and be at least down behind his back right here. And then of course from right here, I'm just sitting up with the flagpole and I can just turn my whole entire body, right? That's one finish. Or I could, some people put their, no, we don't want to put a foot up, never mind. We're just going to sit right here. Hold on. We're going to fly right here. Pulling out, pulling up. Maybe. There, sorry. Be careful when you're doing this, it's a little bit different. What's that?
Flexible shoulders.
Yes, you saw how slow I went, right? And it's on purpose, right? Everybody's going to, some people are going to get to right here. Ah! And most of the time when you're rolling live, honestly, because the guy, it's going to come out so fast that he's trying to pull his arm back and all those things, you should never be trying to finish it right there. You should always be trying to do it just enough right to here. Because you know what that guy's going to do? Tap, 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 tap. And you don't need to go any farther than that. If you're in a fight or it's a serious situation, of course, maybe pull it off and eat it, right?
Take it off, take it
But in this case, we're not going to do that. All right, so enough on the finish on that. Sorry. I had to be comfortable with your arm under there for sorry. Moving to our position, he gets his underhook on us. I'm moving my elbow inside, my elbow to right here, switching my feet. The leg comes over, my knees come to right here. He's still holding on to something. My hands, my hands right here, switching underneath, coming up, no thumbs, wrists, wrist, which way am I going? So grab a partner, traditional Kimura finish from top side control, go. All right, so this next one is not a women's professional wrestling move. Well, it is. The way we do it is not. We're not just squeezing the head on this one. So as I teach you this one, if you have something, you really have to pay attention while we're learning it, how to do it properly. Because 90% of the time you're going to do it, you're going to be squeezing their head. You need to go, oh, I'm squeezing their head, and transition to something else. Because
wait, are we doing the head scissor?
Freaking sucks, yeah.
Right. Took a while to catch on.
Disclaimer. It's a very good submission. I mean, there's been several times even in MMA fights where people were put to sleep because the ref's like, oh, they're just squeezing the head, and then, I mean, what's her face? Kim Couture almost freaking.
She almost died.
Yeah.
She almost died.
The girl that did it to her is a black belt under what hairs?
Under who?
Referee was there.
Plus I saw a chick crushing watermelon on YouTube like that.
Exactly. Now, when we do this, it's going to come from where we were just a second ago. It's not very often you're just going to grab somebody in a flying head scissor like in pro wrestling, right? This is going to come from where we just were a second ago. So he does his underhook, I grab on, I get myself to right here, and maybe his arm escapes down, or whatever, he's just got too tight of a grip, I got him in a good position, and I just can't get his grip free, he got his hands together, whatever the case is, I'm having trouble. So right here, I'm gonna keep this same top, and I'm gonna slide myself down to my side. As I do this, I'm gonna make sure that I put his carotid artery on the inside of my leg on this side, and then my other one goes on his carotid artery. So I'm using it to kind of like roll him to a spot where when I cross my feet and actually apply pressure, it's a choke. I'm not just, yeah, and the thing is your leg isn't hard enough. If I put him this way right here and I start squeezing, it's super uncomfortable. It's really bad for the back of his neck, and it's not hard enough in the front right here to actually do a windpipe choke right there, so that's a dick move. You have to know the difference between, it's like having somebody up right here and saying you're gonna choke them like this right here versus doing a real choke, which is putting the pressure on the side of their carotid artery, right? So make sure you're feeling that. You should be able to feel that. These 2 points right here on your legs are going here, I can't even reach my here and here on their carotid artery. So as you transition down to the side there, make sure their head will be to the side. Sometimes you need to wiggle your legs so that they move to the right spot and their head kind of moves to the right spot. But you'll feel it wiggle in the right spot. When it does, that's when you're going to lock down and apply the pressure. Right? If I'm doing this choke with my legs and I feel that they're not in the right spot, I'm not going to squeeze, until, oh, I feel the right spot, and then I'm going to do my finish, right? So keep that in mind as you're doing it. So we're not just squeezing each other's necks. Alright, so moving ourselves to right here, getting ourselves up to our position. We can't get our gripper, we just want to do this because we're slick. I'm falling off to the side, making sure that I put my legs where I want. My top leg is always going to cross over my bottom leg right there, and I'm just going to take and press my...
So his arm doesn't have to come out first?
What's that?
His arm doesn't have to come out first?
I don't ever have it, it's never in here. Remember, my knee was just on top of it. So it's easy to slide right off to here. And it's one of the reasons I won't do this. If his hand comes inside, that's an excellent question. It's one of the other counters, right? Is that if I'm right here and he fights his hand inside, other way. Fight his hand inside, what am I going to do? Triangle. Then I'm going to move myself to a different technique. Right, for this one in particular, he's either not going anywhere, or like you're saying, maybe he fought his hand down. It's, oh, boom, fell down. Then it makes it easy to sit in for me to go down to right here. Put in the right spot. So it's our leg scissor choke, top countering our from a Kimura. Go.